Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Test Chamber. We're looking at Dust in Elysian Tale, not tail, T-A-L-E, tail as in the butt of an animal. I'm your host, Andrew Reiner. I'm joined by Juba.
That's me. Here.
And intern Jack Gardner.
That's me.
Jason is our video producer. Joe, let's get this rolling.
Our world has fallen to fade.
All right, Joe's playing on the tough difficulty because
Yeah.
he's a tough guy.
He's a man.
What's actually an interesting thing is that like the game has some challenge in it later on, but I thought that the first half of it was like pretty easy. And again, like I do like, you know, this sort of, you know, combat focus, like combo games and stuff like that. But what you might want to know is that if you decide to start on tough, you can't change it to easier. There's no like on the fly difficulty swapping.
It's always a gamble.
So, so I started on normal when I reviewed it. Whoop. There we go.
And the soldier.
Wow, this looks great.
Yeah, I mean the animations. I mean, you just look at the main character's animations. It just looks awesome.
Are you playing through like a flashback sequence here?
Yeah, I mean that's actually just a tiny little section that they give you to just sort of give you a quick little taste of it. But
all right.
Oh, that's pretty.
Who's this? Oh, on a picnic? What's going on?
Yep, exactly.
Arise.
He's actually got a flower fetish, and this is where he. Never mind.
What?
Look, never mind.
Jack, I don't want you to say anything else this episode, just that what?
I
Turn off his microphone.
Summoned. How? For what purpose?
Okay, so this is your main protagonist.
Yeah,
Dust.
so the protagonist is Dust, and this talking sword comes to find him.
And claim the
And he has amnesia.
He has amnesia. Surprise! That may figure into some important story elements later on.
Stop.
Ugh.
Stop right there.
Okay, so this.
What is that?
I'm Fidget.
As if to answer your question. Yeah. So Fidget, I really don't care for, but she's just got that, you know, that shrill voice that
Well, that's
annoying
all
companions
Fidget
often
can
have.
think it's
So that sword's supposedly a magical artifact of a lot of power, whatever, right?
Yep.
Why would it have such a crummy guardian?
That's a good question. In fact, one they kind of raise. That comes up at one point.
Is it a thing like, oh, I found the sword at last, and then it's like, hey there, how's it going? You brought the sword. And it's like, I'm out of here.
Yeah. All right.
This reminds me of a couple of games on Wii. Joe, you definitely know what they are. I can't recall their names.
It's not, there aren't. It's actually one on Wii and one on PS2. It's Vanillaware. Is the developers.
Yes.
So they made Muramasa, which is on Wii, and then they also did Odin Sphere on PS2. And yeah, this clearly has some sort of inspiration in terms of like the old school like 2D side-scrolling thing, and in the, you know, lush visual presentations.
and this is developed by Vanillaware.
no,
Oh,
no.
okay.
This is developed by Humble Hearts, which is essentially just a pseudonym for one guy. This is essentially like a one-man game.
Really?
Yeah,
you kidding me?
It's an artist named Dean. What's it? Dodrell. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but yeah, he's like an artist who decided that he wanted to make a game and teach himself programming.
Wait
So
a
he did.
minute. Did you just pick up a wall chicken?
Oh, yeah.
That's what you
Yeah.
call a
Here, actually, we should check that out because that's that's pretty hilarious. Look at the description. This fully cooked and seasoned chicken comes from unknown origins, found embedded in a wall. So yeah, those are pretty great.
All right, so it's a one-man operation.
Yeah, and it's, you know, it's got elements of games like of the sort of like Castlevania in terms of like exploration and the way you level up. It's got I think it reminds me a bit of sort of like let's say like a Devil May Cry light kind of thing. Like it's got a cool combat system, but it's not as complicated as something like Devil May Cry or Bayonetta.
That would be unwise, Dust.
So what we're looking at here is like one of the main collectibles you run across in the game. Like every map has a bunch of these chests, and you can see up in the map in the upper right-hand corner.
Very Zelda or very Metroid-esque.
Exactly. And the circle means that it's a chest that you still need to get or a secret you need to get. So I just picked up that key like right on the first level or on the first screen. So we open this up and we get some stuff. So what we're looking at here, obviously there's something going on there.
Yeah, there's
right?
a rabbit in the tunnel.
Yeah. We can't get there now. That's sort of where the Metroid Castlevania elements come in, is that you get a slide later in the game where you can do that. You get a double jump later in the game that lets you access areas and stuff.
Why doesn't that dummy just crawl through there?
Yeah,
Go prone, buddy. Go prone.
Look, Reiner, you need to run before you can crawl.
Yeah. Excellent.
Adorable.
So you can backtrack to this area after you
Yep.
get out of here.
Yeah. So that's definitely where, some of the thrill comes in this game, is like getting new abilities and then going back to older areas and, getting chests and stuff that you haven't gotten yet.
So how does it play? It seems like
It is so responsive. Like you have this dodge and just these fast fluid strikes. It is really impressive. It's not like I would say like some of those other. There are certain like action games where you feel like if you keep hitting X, you're sort of trapped in combat animation, and it's not as it's not as responsive as you'd like it to be, and that is not the case here. Like you just move around mid swipe, and yeah, it's great.
And you're gaining experience, I'm seeing, by killing guys.
Yep. So, experience, when you level up, we'll see a bit more of this when we load up my sort of late game save. But when you level up, you get the ability to, you get like gems, kind of like if you've played like Castle Crashers. It's like that. You get like skill points that you put in a very, a limited number of things. Obviously,
Gotcha.
Castle Crashers isn't the only game to do that, but Castle Crashers has like 4 things. I think this one has 5. So,
Well, the animation is just absolutely gorgeous.
yeah, I mean, especially on that main character, you can see, and enemies have a little bit more of like a, I don't know, like a paper cutout kind of animation scheme to them. But not that that's bad. I think that fits the style of the game really well.
What happened there?
That's parrying. So when you hold the attack button when you're about to be attacked, see if I can do it again.
Come on, dummies.
Come on.
There you go. Sweet.
That was cool.
So then, for lesser enemies, it will stun them. And there's that launch move that they were getting me to do.
And is it one giant like dungeon like Metroid, or do you go to different worlds?
It's different worlds. It's sort of a series of maps. We'll see that when we load up the other late game too. It's
I like it.
it's several large areas.
But beware.
So here's one of the main
Please
things.
contain yourselves.
So she's gonna show us her awesome magic that she said is super great. It sucks.
It's very pretty.
Well, maybe I'll just.
I'm sorry, Fidget.
Actually,
So this is actually one of the main mechanics of the game, is like, even though her magic kind of sucks by itself, when you use the dust storm move, they call it, it sort of channels the magic into this huge,
however,
All right. I think I understand.
when the game is going well, when it's really like flowing, the screen is just like, you're just jumping all over the place, slashing everything, and it's just this like storm of magic all over the place.
And we're playing it on Xbox 360. It's available now on Xbox Live.
Yep. It's an Xbox exclusive because it's actually the final game, I think, in the Summer of Arcade promotion this year, which I was disappointed in a lot of in what this year's Summer of Arcade was. Like I look forward to that every year. I like playing these, the Xbox Live games, but
Well, across the board, both retail and downloadable and phone, and it's just been a slow year for video games.
yeah. But
But now it's picking up.
this for me is like makes the whole Summer of Arcade worth it. This one game is just great. I think, yeah, I mean, if you want to read the reviews, it's up on the site right now. I gave it an 8.75. Sorry if you're concerned about spoilers.
And how long would you say this game is?
12 hours, I think, is what it took me. And that was doing, see if we can even see. Yeah, about 12 hours.
Is this animator working on it like his entire life?
It's got, I mean, I spent a good bit of time like going back to get chests and stuff like that. I also did, I think there were 20 side quests. I mean, I got the achievement for doing 20 side quests, and I don't know of any more side quests. So I think I did them all. So, you know, I mean, it's definitely not, you could do it faster if you wanted to, but you could also, I mean, I bet that there's probably at least 2 or 3 more hours of treasure hunting in this for me if I really wanted to buckle down and do it. And if you want to go for all the achievements, you need to beat it on the tough difficulties. So
Is it 400 points?
Yeah. Yep.
Now, Joe, if I made my own game, I would think up as many different titles and credits as I could think of and have the credit sequence just be as long as a AAA game, but it's all my name.
Yeah. This one, actually, you know, unsurprisingly, the credits are quite short. So we've seen the beginning here. Can we load up a later save game just so we
Sure.
can get to the
Yeah,
more,
let's just take a look at it.
show off the cooler stuff? All right, here we go.
More combo Joe.
Lunch. This is great. Gone good so far.
I love
Yeah.
the one where you launch them and you do 3 of the normal attacks and you hit Y and it slams them to the ground.
Yeah, that's a good one. I mean, I'm talking and playing at the same time.
Yeah. You're doing good though. Don't think you're not. You're doing fine. All right, we're back. And how far into the game are we here, Joe?
Well, this is, man, I don't even remember. This is actually an older stage that I've beaten already. So,
We have the slide
Whoa,
move.
what is that?
Yeah, there's some monsters. So this is that awesome like magic thing here is
Whoa.
another thing that you get later. I mean, see what I mean? Stuff just starts looking super awesome. I've unlocked the double jump at this point. I've unlocked the slide, so we can start actually, you know, checking out some other stuff. This level has a lot of these zombie things.
So that fire that that we just saw, was that something you did?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Dear
See?
Lord, it's like napalm.
Yeah, it's pretty great. So here we're gonna get another chest. Yeah, okay. So
Trap.
sometimes there are monsters in chests, but usually those will give you another treasure key, so you don't feel like you just wasted it on, you know, on getting attacked. I'm gonna actually go back a little bit here because there's a really awesome spot where you can just totally soup up your combo meter. There's an achievement and a quest related to getting 1,000 point combo or 1,000 hit combo.
How long is that going to take?
Well,
Bramble.
Brand. So you here, I have to equip something first. So actually this is good too. So we were talking about leveling up before.
Yep.
This is what the level up screen looks like.
Infinity gems.
So you're sort of restricted by your lowest stat. So I can't pump up my attack anymore. Like you can never be 4 gems ahead of your lowest stat.
Gotcha.
So it makes you, it gives you a degree of, you know, playing to your own style and like customizing.
But also balance.
But it also, makes you.
You can't screw yourself.
Yeah. Make sure that you're at least up to snuff.
Detective's overcoat. What's that?
So this is a good chance to show too. So there's some RPG elements to the game also. So this is, for instance, like you can equip all this stuff. So I just got a detective's overcoat.
And you're wearing a female's wedding ring, I saw.
Yeah. So you can equip new stuff.
But it doesn't show cosmetically.
No, it doesn't. Your character always looks the same, but all of these things you can see how they sort of impact your stats. You know, these blueprint things are pretty awesome too. I don't think I have a useful one that I can make right now, but I'll make one anyway. So the way the blueprints work is that they're these aren't the items. It's just sort of a recipe for the item. And there's this is sort of the basic crafting system for it, is that when enemies die, they drop these items, and then once you have a blueprint, you can make an item for a certain cost.
So you're making this
pretty
one with
self-explanatory.
Gatorade and some
string. Gatorade, some string, and some paper. And then, so now, where's the thing I just made? I don't even remember.
That one, the blue one, right?
The artisan, yeah, Mastering of the Artisan. There. So I just made that. You can find these things also in their already made form, but it's, usually the best thing is the best stuff you'll find in blueprints before you can find it already made.
Gotcha.
So that covers that. Oh, actually, while I'm there, sorry, I'm going to put on, this is funny. The ugly pendant will make you weaker. Why would you want to do that? And look at the multipliers. It brings your skills way down. But part of why you would want to do that
achievement
is to really stack up your combo.
Where's the combo meter?
So it's up in the upper right.
Oh, you already did 179 there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go, Joe.
Yo, Joe.
That was by special request from Jason right there. There's an awesome sort of grab in the air and throw him down move. Oh, I'll show you another magic thing too. You also have an electricity power.
Ha.
Wow. I love air juggles in games.
Yeah.
Especially when they're done well. Sometimes they can be a little sloppy, but it seems like they're pretty awesome in this.
And this is pretty nice also because it lets you, even with, I must have some awesome stuff equipped because I burned through those guys even with my super weak, my weak status. Yeah.
So what is Fidget doing for you here?
So Fidget is the one who shoots that magic.
I just saw that.
It's her.
So she's pretty awesome, actually.
Well, I mean, she sucks as a character, but the one combat mechanic that she brings into it is pretty cool.
Are you going to find out at the end of this game that she's like a princess?
Nope.
A feline princess trapped in this weird little bug?
Well, I'm not going to spoil. I don't want to spoil anything for people who might be holding out hope that Fidget becomes something cool.
Magically transforms at the end into a giant super demon.
Yeah, I mean there is no giant twist related to Fidget.
Well, I think that's a pretty awesome look at this game. I am going to run home and play it right away. I was kind of in the dark on this game, and it looks fantastic.
Do you say that at the end of every test chamber?
No.
Okay.
I should. Jason, can you just cut that and put it on the end of every test chamber?
I'm gonna go home and play it right away. No, I mean if you like those sort of old school 2D like Metroid style games, or if you just like a good fun combat system that really makes you feel powerful, Dust is a great choice. Don't get deterred by the sort of furry animal sort of look. I know that's not everyone's thing, but it really did not really didn't impact the game for me. It's just good fun.
And this is definitely the under the radar game in an awesome week for video games. We had Darksiders 2, which turned out amazing. We did a test chamber on that.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely playing that when I go home. Dust, gonna play this when I go home. Sleeping Dogs, I want to check it out, but I probably won't.
Not playing
for
that
a while.
Not playing that right when you go home.
Yeah, that's not on my must-play list yet. But thanks for watching, everybody. And Joe, thanks again for coming down here and doing this with us.
Yeah,
Jack,
no problem.
Always a pleasure. We'll see you next time, everyone.